Hello, this is Laura. Welcome to day 39 of your English Fluency Challenge. Today we are going to work on something very powerful, storytelling, because real communication is not just about speaking clearly. It is about making people interested in what you say. Let me ask you something honestly. When you speak, do people listen carefully or do they lose interest quickly? The difference is not your grammar. The difference is how you tell your story. Today, you will learn how to speak in a way that keeps people engaged from beginning to end. Let me tell you something important. Every interesting speaker is a good storyteller. Even simple stories can become powerful when you tell them in the right way. So today, we will build that skill step by step. Let's start with a simple idea. Every story has 3 parts: beginning, middle, and end. In the beginning, you introduce the situation. In the middle, you explain what happened. And in the end, you share the result or lesson. For example, I want to tell you about something that happened yesterday. I was practicing my English, and at first, I felt a bit stuck. But then I kept going, and slowly I became more comfortable. In the end, I realized that consistency really works. This is a simple story. Now let's go deeper. Add details to make your story interesting. Instead of saying I was tired, say I was really tired after a long day, but I still decided to practice. This creates a picture in the listener's mind. Now let's practice. Tell this story. Yesterday, I had a busy day, but I still found time to practice my English, and it made me feel proud. Add more details. Continue. Now let's move to your first exercise. It is called Build a Story. Choose a simple event and describe it in 3 parts. For example, today I want to share something about my day. In the morning, I felt a bit lazy, but I decided to stay consistent. During the day, I practiced speaking and learned new things. In the end, I felt happy and motivated. Keep going and add more details. Now, your second exercise is use expressions. Use phrases like suddenly, after that, and finally. These words make your story smooth. For example, suddenly I realized something important. Or, after that, I felt more confident. Now let's go deeper. Your third exercise is add emotion. Do not just explain what happened. Explain how you felt. For example, I felt excited, I felt nervous, or I felt proud. This makes your story real. Now let's practice real conversation. Someone asks, "What did you do today?" You respond, "Today was quite interesting. In the morning, I was a bit tired, but I decided to stay productive. After that, I practiced my English, and finally, I felt really satisfied with my progress." This is engaging. Now let's move to something powerful. Your fourth exercise is keep the listener interested. Use small pauses and natural tone changes. For example, there was a moment when I almost stopped, but I continued. This creates curiosity. And now let me share something important. People remember stories, not just information. When you tell a story, your English becomes memorable. Now let me talk to you honestly. You have reached day 39. That means your English is not just fluent. It is becoming engaging, expressive, and powerful. You're learning how to capture attention and communicate like a real speaker. This is a high-level skill. Now let's do one powerful exercise together. Speak for 1 minute about a challenge you faced. Start. There was a time when I faced a challenge. Continue. Explain what happened, how you felt, and what you learned. Keep going. Now let me give you one powerful tip. Keep your stories simple, but expressive. You do not need complex words. You need clear ideas and real emotion. Now let's do one final practice. Imagine someone asks, "Tell me something interesting about your journey." You respond, "There was a moment when I felt like I was not improving, but I decided to stay consistent, and over time, I realized that small efforts create big results." This is natural and powerful. Now, before we finish, I want you to take action. Write in the comments, day 39 complete. And this time, write one short story about your learning journey. Keep it simple, but make it interesting. This is Laura, and remember, real fluency is not just speaking. It is telling stories that people remember. I will see you in day 40. Keep going.